Now we're gonna move in and review really quick working with mixed numbers. So when you have a mixed number and you multiply, you can't actually multiply or divide mixed numbers. You have to change them to improper fractions. So the process that you have to use is you have to multiply. I'm gonna change my color here. Multiply your whole number times your base number, or your denominator. So 4 times 2 is gonna give me 8. And then I'm gonna add my top number of 3. So 8 plus 3 is 11. So I'm now gonna look at this as negative 11, still over 4. Okay, and we're gonna take that times. We're gonna do the same thing. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 would give me 4 over 3. So now we're back down to what we were just working with. We now have fractions instead of mixed numbers. I'm looking at this and I'm seeing a very easy cross canceling because we have a 4 on the top and a 4 on the bottom. So those would each become 1s. So now when we multiply straight across, 11 times 1 is 11. 1 times 3 is 3. And our answer, well, we only have one negative, so it's a negative. So I get a negative 11 thirds. To change that to a mixed number, we have to think like this. 11 divided by 3. And a lot of you can do that in your head. Okay, and if you're not comfortable with that, it's something you might have to go through and actually write it out. So let's see. 3 would go into 11 3 times. So, which is going to put me at 9. I have 2 left over for my remainder. So it would be 2 over what I originally had on the bottom, which is a 3. And I can't forget to put my negative sign in there. So your final answer is either a negative 11 thirds, or as a mixed number, that would be negative 3 2/3. Okay, so let's try another one. Okay, so your first step is to change these into improper fractions. So here I've got a whole number. Well, anytime we have a whole number, it can always be written as a fraction by writing it over 1. Okay, so there's my first fraction, is it's going to be negative 9 over 1. Okay, to change 8 and 5, 6, we're going to multiply. So 6 times 8 is 48 plus 5. So 48 plus 5 is going to give me 53 over 6, and we're multiplying these. Okay, so looking at this, I can tell you right now that my answer is going to be negative because I only have one negative. And now I'm going to go through and see, could I cross cancel? Well, let's see. My smaller numbers are on the bottom. So 6 won't go into 9, but is there a number that would go into both 9 and 6? 3. 3 would go into both of those. So let's see, 9 divided by 3 would give me a 3 now. And 6 divided by 3 would give me 2. Okay, so now instead of looking at those as 9 and 6, we're going to look at them as 3 and 2. So now we're going to multiply straight across. So 3 times 53, well, 3 times 50 is 150. And then 3 times 3 is 9. So 159 over 1 times 2 is 2. So improper, it would be 159 over 2. As a mixed number, that one's kind of hard to do in my head, but I could do some kind of mental calculation. If I were to do, that's really close to 160. If I did 160 divided by 2, it would give me 80, and it's not quite that. So if you need to, you could go through and use mental calculation, or you can just divide out like you normally would. So 2 would go into 15 7 times, which puts me at 14. 2 would go into 19 9 times, which is 18. I have a remainder of 1, so that's my new top number over bottom. So this is the same as negative 7 1/2. Not 7, 79 1/2. Okay, and we are going to work more with those mixed numbers and converting them just to get you guys in the practice of doing them. At this point, if I can get you to just being able to work with identifying is it positive or negative and getting the improper fraction, I'll take that. We're going to work more throughout the year on the mixed numbers. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and give you one to do on your own. So I want you to try this one. Negative 3 1/2 times 4 7/10. Okay, so go ahead and try that one out. You can pause your video, work your way through it, and then restart your video in just a minute. Okay, so when you go through to work this one out, let's go ahead and do these. I've got a negative, and then we've got 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 would be 7 over 2, times 10 times 4 is 40, plus 7 is 47 over 10. Okay, so now I don't see any cross canceling, so I'm going to go ahead and multiply these out. So if you want to use your calculator to help with that multiplication, you can do that. But I'll go ahead and do this longhand. So 47 times 7, 49, and 28 plus 4 give me 32. So I get 329 over 20, and that would be a negative answer. And then if you wanted to change that to a mixed number, let's see, 20 would go into 105 times. So 200 would be 10, 300 would be 15, and then to 20 would be a 16. Puts me at 320. I have 9 left over, 20. So as a mixed number, that would be negative 16 and 9.